It's yours. The world is yours.
Yo, what's good everyone? It's Leak and I'm back with another video. Let's talk about chapter 25. Now obviously we all know what chapter 25 is Resident Evil 2 with 2 survivors and 1 killer. Those 2 survivors being Ada Wong and Rebecca Chambers, and that 1 killer being Albert Wesker, along with a new variant of the RPD or something like that, or unless they were lying and be actually getting a surprise different type of map, I don't know, but something like that maybe. I think the Spencer Mansion would have been cool, but I mean, who knows, still gotta wait and see. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm always excited for a new chapter, and that's in general, you know what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, who's not excited for new content? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's nearly everybody, but let's speak on the fact that it's Resident Evil again. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, now I'm not disappointed. I understand completely. Yes, Resident Evil is it's a very, very extremely popular gaming franchise, but when I tell you that it literally could have been anything else, it literally could have been anything else, bro. We could have gotten the Evil Within. We could have gotten so many other gaming licenses, or just movie licenses, like a popular gaming license or movie license in general. We could have gotten one of those. Anything besides it being a sequel of something we already got, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, now I understand what they did. They didn't like release Resident Evil in the same year, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we didn't get Resident Evil well, we got Resident Evil for the 5th anniversary. We didn't get Resident Evil again in November, I think, or December, because November will be the PTB. So yeah, we didn't get Resident Evil in December. So I understand that, but I'm just kind of worried now. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm worried because of the fact that I think maybe, I mean, I really do hope I'm wrong. I think this whole Resident Evil Part 2 thing is just it's just an excuse to get the players back up. You know what I'm trying to say? Resident Evil, when we got the Resident Evil for the 5th anniversary, that increased the player base tremendously. So I understand the fact to release Resident Evil again as a chapter for you could boost the player base up again. I know it is gonna boost the player base up, but how good will the chapter be though? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, will the chapter actually really be good, or just because it's Resident Evil we just assume it's gonna be good? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Albert Wesker, his gameplay could be extremely underwhelming. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I know many people, including myself, talked about Nemesis and his gameplay, and like what I heard other YouTubers, including myself, say was that it's cool to have Nemesis. Yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't really feel like Nemesis. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's not loud enough. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Nemesis is loud. You know what I'm trying to say? Not loud meaning like volume loud. I mean loud as in like he uses like his rocket launcher and all that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's loud with it. They could at least give him his flamethrower. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like that would have been pretty lit. For him just to use the tentacle, it's like, come on, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you want to add the tentacle, at least add something else on top of it, because the tentacle seems more of like a side ability, not like a primary. You know what I'm trying to say? So to add that as his primary is kind of underwhelming in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, yeah, he comes with only 2 zombies, but they only do so much most of the time. They could get survivors off gens and stuff, but they don't. I mean, it gets old. You know what I'm trying to say? With the zombies, it kind of gets old, at least in my opinion. But I just hope that this is just not some sort of just, I don't want to really say scam, because that's not really the word for it. I hope this is just not some sort of finesse, I should say, just to get us hype about Resident Evil happening, and then for the chapter to not be that good in the first place. I know a leak went out and it showed that a new item is coming to the game along with the chapter that's called, what is it called, the infection remover or something like that. So that kind of worried me by itself, because of the fact that Nemesis already infects survivors and he's from Resident Evil. So to have another killer that also infects survivors, bro, as a power, I mean, at least I'm assuming that it has to deal with his power, because we're getting that item for a reason. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm pretty sure that's the item that's meant to be placed when you're playing against Albert Wesker. So he has to deal with something dealing with infections. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it has to be, hands down. That's already something we know about his power. We didn't get the whole thing like the Dredge, where we got his whole power joint. At least not yet. I won't be surprised if we get it like 2 weeks before the PTB. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, we know his power has to deal with something infection wise, and that just worries me a lot, because it's like, off the rip, did I always want a Resident Evil Part 2 as a chapter since we already have one? I'm gonna be completely honest, I did not have Resident Evil 2 in mind at all. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I was not thinking about Resident Evil, at least, let me not lie, a little bit, only because for Mr. X. I know a lot of people wanted Mr. X in the game, or Jack Baker. They wanted one of those two. And I want to hear, yo, you want to hear something funny? Albert Wesker, yes, legendary character, I understand that, right? But you can't deny that it would have been pretty dope if they just put in Jack Baker along with Ethan Winters as the Resident Evil Part 2, because then you will have the past Resident Evil characters in the game, and then you have the recent Resident Evil characters in the game as well. So that would be pretty dope to have. Like, that was a missed opportunity. I feel like that would have been pretty dope for them to add Jack Baker in the game. I don't really mess with like Resident Evil like 7 and 8. I just look at like cutscenes here and there. It looks scary. I only played like a bit of 7 and like that's it. But I feel like that was a bit of a missed opportunity. I feel like they should have really did that, where it's like a past and it's like a present thing in one game within the same game franchise. That would have been completely legendary to add to the game. I think they should have just did that, honestly. But I'm not mad about Albert Wesker. I just hope that the power, I just hope it really delivers, because we've been hyped up and we've been let down before. You know what I'm trying to say? Look at the Ringo chapter. No offense, I'm sorry, bro. Dredge is 10 times better than her. Nobody's playing, unless they are hardcore Sadako fan, nobody's playing Sadako when Dredge releases on June 7th. I'm telling you that right now, bro. Nobody. It's like, what's the why struggle with a character like Sadako when you could just play the Dredge? Mind you, literally, he came out literally right after her too. Yo, I wonder how the license holders feel about that joint. I know they probably tight a little bit. I know they probably feel a certain way about being able to doing something like that, because that's kind of crazy to release a character so similar gameplay wise. Like, bro, what was y'all thinking, bro? I don't know where that came from, but I'm getting off topic. I'm just worried, bro. Like I said, I feel like I'm always worried for every single chapter, but that item joint, that leak kind of got me on my tippy toes a little bit. I'm kind of on edge, because I really just hope this isn't a finesse just for us to get hyped and just be let down just because it's Resident Evil. You know what I'm trying to say? So I just hope we're not let down. I hope Albert Wesker is a brilliant killer. I hope he's fun. I hope he's way different from Nemesis. I know the thing that they have in common is the infection thing. Literally the only thing that we know that they have in common is the infection thing. That's it. That's sorta, it's something to worry about, but we still need to see how his whole power works. His whole power could be something completely different from Nemesis, but it just has to deal with infection somehow, and it'll still be like good. You know what I'm trying to say? So we still gotta wait for that. Let me hear y'all thoughts though. Do y'all think chapter 25 should have been something else, like a different license maybe? FNAF, The Evil Within, Amnesia, Soma, The Last of Us, Candyman, It. What do y'all think would could have been chapter 25? I want to hear y'all suggestions, cause I'm just worried. That's all, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not hating on the Resident Evil Part 2 joint. I really don't mind it. Was I thinking about it? Very, very little, because it's just Mr. X or Jack Baker, but it is what it is. You know what I'm trying to say? I hope he's a good killer. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
To the beat, y'all. Check